Welcome back, everybody, to Subnautica. Last we left off, we were checking out the Degassi bases, and we were getting ready to take on a trip to the Aurora. I also lied to you guys. I said that I was ready and I had everything for my trip to the Aurora, but I'm missing the propulsion cannon, so I need to go grab that real quick. That's our first priority. And then we'll go pay the ship a visit. Okay, that works. Just gonna snap back.
High priority automated message from Aurora. Live pod 13 coordinates attached. Live pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kassar. I said Kassar. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So when I first started playing this game and I heard that message for the first time, I thought, man, well, Mr. Kassar is kind of a jerk. In a little bit, we're going to get some more information when we start exploring the Aurora about this guy. You'll find out exactly who he is and why the message says that he's a high priority passenger. His backstory is kind of cool. Doesn't excuse the fact that he's a bit of a jerk, but you get to understand why a little bit. Why he's a little pompous, so to speak. So the propulsion cannon can be found in a couple different locations. It is guaranteed to be here around the Aurora, though. So this is where I'm going to find it. Yep, that's the first one. Is this guy gonna... Yep. Go away. Somebody recently said that I need to start talking more in my videos. I would love to, but I get caught up in the ambience of this game. I mentioned it in my first video. I love the sounds, I love the music. It is absolutely beautiful, super immersive. I even listen to the soundtrack outside of the game every now and then, especially when I'm just relaxing at night, getting ready for bed. It's just super peaceful. It's really nice just sit back and, you know, relax and listen to it. So I thought I'll talk a lot, that's why.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Okay, so for the propulsion cannon, I need a wiring kit, a battery, and a piece of titanium. So that means I need 2 silver, a piece of copper, 2 acid mushrooms, and a piece of titanium. Too much. Come on, copper. Damn it. There's plenty of places to find sandstone as well, but here in the grassy plateaus, you'll find quite a bit of it around these little pillars right here. Silver. Okay. That guy's far enough away. Is that everything I need? Battery, wire kit. Yep, that's everything. Okay. Those sand sharks are absolutely nuts, and they're extremely stubborn and persistent, too. They're funny. They're like sharks on cocaine. But they are annoying. I'm gonna make this propulsion cannon real quick. We'll top off our water. Make sure our inventory is as spare as we can make it, and then take off. Okay, one down. I am not going to need this. Oh, just pulled that. Oh, okay. Whatever. Go ahead and just make a... Oh, it used the battery already in my inventory. Okay, that makes sense. That's weird. I just made it, but it's still showing that I... Whatever. Okay. Alright, so one extra battery. Might as well. It's not going to hurt anything. Repair tools, charge it up. Laser cutters, good to go. Yeah, this is all you need. You need the repair tool, the scanner, your laser cutter, and a propulsion cannon. That's... Oh, and the knife. Definitely want to take your knife. That's all you need for the Aurora. As far as food and water goes, I have all this water on me because I was just too lazy to put it in one of those one of those floating lockers. But you're going to get plenty of food, you're going to get plenty of water, you'll get a whole bunch of extra batteries there as well. So don't be shy about taking, any equipment that's low on battery power. It will not be a concern once you get inside. The trip to the Aurora is pretty straightforward. It's always dead east of the safe shallows where we spawned at. And the entrance is at the front of it. Now, we're avoiding the south side because a Reaper's back there. That Reaper's name is Sammy, if you guys are not privy to the Subnautica memes. Sammy is the safety Reaper, and he's usually the Reaper that new players stumble across for the first time. Sammy just wants to make sure that you're following all OSHA requirements, and sometimes says hi. There is another Reaper over here on the north side as well, so you don't want to stray too far. Just head straight for the ship and just follow it. Because these guys are just going to bicker amongst themselves. Stalkers aren't really an issue because they're more focused on the scrap. Sand sharks are idiots. Also not a problem.
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
Well, that's not going to be an issue. We're not going to be here that long. Okay, I'm going to make this, let's make this 2. It'll be easier for me. And then you can be 5. That'll work. Okay. I love this thing for 2 reasons. First one, that. Second reason, boom! See ya!
Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
Thank you for the warning, but I got this. So the entrance is right up here. And some of you might be thinking, well, wait, there's a lot of fire. Why didn't you bring the fire extinguisher with you? Oh, there's a fire extinguisher right up... Ow! There's a fire extinguisher right up here, so it's not going to be a big deal. Adios. Is this water or a battery? Oh, whoa, whoa, no! Wrong one.
Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby
thank you.
life forms contain human tissues.
Go away. Go away. Go away. It's so much better during the day because you can actually see just how far this thing launches those cave crawlers. It's hilarious. Okay, so we're heading down this way. Be careful not to fall. It is a glorious dive, but our interest is up here. More spider boys. Oh, where'd he go? Alright, I guess he's gone. That works. Alright, use the flashlight real quick. Fire extinguishers right there. Additional medkit just in case. You actually do not need to put out any of this fire right here, but I'm going to play it safe. Alright, maybe not. It's being stubborn. Whatever. Okay, first data pad is right here.
Integrating new PDA data. Aurora systems are running on local reserve power. unable to remotely download black box data.
Oh, that's fine. We can pick up the black box data later. And this fire's being stubborn, isn't it? Be gone. Notes to self.
Integrating new PDA data.
Probably one of the most important data pads that we're going to pick up on this trip.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, there's a battery back there. Be sure not to forget about it. If you guys haven't picked up any of these blueprints yet, this is where you can scan all that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this one.
Exiting sleep mode. Loading voice recognition. Engineer Barclay and Chief Technology Officer you identified.
Drone, get me a propulsion cannon.
Repulsion cannon retrieved.
Hey, Berkeley. Install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, Drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Senses recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweaked the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you bring me what I asked for. Thanks for your time.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Thank you. Now go away.
Entering hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvy.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
Okay, now that's all done. This particular piece of data does not give us a whole lot of really important information, but it does give us a couple of clues. CTOU, we're going to come across her name later on, but this guy talks about the repulsion cannon and a propulsion cannon. We have the propulsion cannon. You will get the repulsion cannon later on in the game. So that gives you a little hint towards that. Both exist, both are available in this game. And that's essentially it for that. The data pad that we picked up just a while ago is Notes to Self. This one's important because it gives you a couple of clues. This one right here is the cargo bay code, which is what we're right in front of, 1454. Okay, open up the cargo bay, head inside. May want to do a little bit of exploring while you're in here, because sometimes you can find Cyclops fragments. Awesome. And for those of you who are fans of the Cyclops, I am going to go ahead and disappoint you now. I am not going to be making it until the very end of the game.
Integrating new PDA data.
It is really cool. It's fantastic. I love the AI voice in it, but I don't need it. So I'm not going to be building it until much later. Why am I going to be building it if I don't need it? Well, I technically need it to beat the game, but I'm not going to explain fully why, because I don't want to spoil that part of the game for anybody. No, alright, so we got some biters in here. Bleeders, I think their names are bleeders. Not a big deal. If they latch onto your arm, you can just cut them off with a knife, which is exactly why I wanted to bring them. Okay, so Seamoth Bay is this way. We're coming in here first. Easy enough to get in. Just use the repair tool. Right inside. One thing that I want, two things I want. This right here, a free depth module. PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
Do I have the Seamoth already? I have a feeling I do. What is it? I went too far. A Cyclops. Yeah, I have it already. Oh, duh! I came over here and... Wow. Talk about a brain fart. That would be embarrassing if I cared. Alright, let's keep going. Next up is the drive room. Let's go ahead and repair the Aurora's reactors.
The drive core shield sustained internal damage during collision. Do not repair without appropriate qualifications.
Okay, so if you didn't catch what she just told me, it says do not attempt to repair without appropriate qualifications. I was watching a guy do a blind playthrough of this game at one point, and when he saw, or whenever he got this message, he freaked out. He's like, I don't think I'm qualified to repair this. So he left. It took him another in-game hour for him to realize that, hey, I should be paying attention to my Twitch chat, which is saying go back and repair it. It was pretty funny to see, but we are qualified. Why are we qualified? Because we have the radiation suit and we have the repair tool. There is another upgrade that you can get. This one's for the Cyclops. It's right here. Efficiency module.
New blueprint acquired.
So if you want to repair the Cyclops,
Warning,
or excuse
local
me,
radiation at maximum tolerable level.
if you want to build the Cyclops,
Containment
pick that up.
breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Okay. And for those of you who can do math, there are a total of 11.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Okay, and there are a bunch of bleeders in here as well. They are very annoying. So just be ready for that. You can also scan these as well.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
5 more. Almost done. While you're doing this, you should
Containment
also
breach
pay
repaired.
attention to your
Further
oxygen.
breaches detected.
Last thing you want to do is die while you're in here. I think that was the only one on that one.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Be gone!
Containment
Look at that.
breach repaired.
Evil little
Further
cannibals.
breaches detected.
Okay, 2 more. They're both right here.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Okay, congratulations. Yay! We repaired the drive core. So what does that mean? It means 2 things. 1, the radiation is going to go away eventually. If you don't repair it, the radiation stays and it actually expands a little bit too. So you want to be mindful of that. So it means 2 things. I combined it into 1. Whatever, judge me. Alright, to get to the rest of it, gotta use the laser cutter to cut through this door, as I'm doing now. There are a bunch of data pads in the next room. Be sure that you're combing through all these lockers. Medkit, PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
Another one right there. I think there's 1 more in here. I could be wrong. I could have sworn there were 3. Maybe I just thought it was a battery. Do 1 more quick check. Yeah, that's all of them. Okay. There's only one way through here. There is not another way to go, so you can just keep going this way. Repair this door. Now we're in the prawn bay. So if you guys were wondering where you get the prawn suit,
Picking
you
up
just
a
do it
fake
here.
black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
So there are prawn fragments all over the map that you can get. But if you scan the smaller ones, it's going to say 1 of 20. You got to scan 20 of the smaller ones. If you scan these big ones, you only need to scan 4. And I think there's 5 total in here. Yeah, you see the other 2 to the left or right of me? Oh, there we go. Some of the angles can be a little fickle as well, so find whatever works best for you. And there is another upgrade right there. Storage module. Awesome. Is there one on right here? No, that's the only one. Alright. Power cell. And you can use a propulsion cannon to get through this, or you can just parkour. Just do a better job than I am. There we go. Okay. Living quarters area. Whoops. I have the snipe machine already? Completely forgot. I'll take the bar table though. I really like this thing.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, this can be a little deceiving. Make sure that along with the countertops you get these single wall shelves.
New blueprint acquired.
And if you were wondering where the keep calm poster is, it's right here.
Integrating new PDA data.
Another fire extinguisher if you need it. Take it just in case. There's all that water and food that I told you about. It's all in here. This is the only other place that you're going to find nutrient blocks outside of the storage crates. Pick it up. There we go. And did I get everything in here? Just my flashlight. I think there's, yeah, there's a little bit more up here. I think that's it. Yep. Okay, moving on. We'll head to the left first. Cabin 1 has a code. We do not have that code yet. Single bed.
New blueprint acquired.
Bench.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, you can also get these duffel bags if you want to. I don't have a use for them, so I'm not going to grab one. You grab one if you want to decorate, but they're essentially worthless. I'm just going to stay here to the right. Okay, so cabin 2 you cannot access. And then the captain's quarters. We do not have the code for this yet. You will get it much later on in the game. And I don't think I have the code for... There we go. Yep, already picked this one up. So, come by cabin 1. Code's 1869. I don't feel like reading that data pad, so if you guys want to read it, feel free to rewind and pause. Sorry for the convenience. Also, if you're not using mods like I am to expand your inventory space and you're worried about filling it up, that's okay. Remember that we picked up this storage module. If you have your Seamoth outside, there is a very quick exit that's fairly close to where we are. You can run out there, store a bunch of stuff in it, and then come right back and get back to looting. Go ahead and use a med pack too.
Integrating new PDA data.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting stuck on everything. And don't forget about this little arcade toy right here. Okay. Checked everything in this hallway. So let's check over here. Another data pad.
Integrating new PDA data.
And I'll read the rest of these data pads later on. I can't be bothered to do it right now. I'll read the important ones, but all of these...
Integrating new PDA data.
They're not overly important right now, so I'm not going to bother. Always make sure that you're looking on the other side of these beds as well, because there can be items every now and then dumped on the other side of them. Okay, and our last stop is cabin 6 back here. More batteries. And a med kit. Is that everything that's back here? I don't think there's very much in this last cabin. Water. Okay. And you can't get into cabin 5 either, so it's not a big deal. So let's head back to the front. Back to the prawn bay, I should say. Not exactly the front. And I'm going to show you guys how to get out of here. Well, we're not getting out of here completely yet, but to the next area. So, dive in here. Straight here to the right. You'll see all these pipes. Swim through it. Get a little further over here. Come on. Am I really going to have to use my light? Yes, I am. That's dumb. Okay, yeah, I was too far forward. Just like this. And then straight down. Okay, why am I turned around right now? Did I go too far? I went too far. Okay. There we go. You can get air right there if you need it. Black box status right there.
Integrating new PDA data.
Did I just get Listexic again? Black box data. Okay. Open this door. Alright, so we have another door code right here, and that's going to be not in the black box, not in the VR suite. I don't think we've picked this up yet, have we? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, it's right here. Yep, right here. Door code is 6483.
PDA data.
Come on. Not sure if you guys can hear my mouse or not, but I clicked that several times. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff that you can use in here to decorate your base if you want to. It's purely for aesthetics. Cannot use this stuff. My inventory is full. See, so I can't even grab this stuff. Probably because I have a shitload of water. Yeah, lots of water. Okay. What is this? More water. I'm gonna leave that. Pick up that.
Integrating new PDA data.
See, I wasn't lying to you guys. Propulsion cannon.
New blueprint acquired. Databank corruption was detected on your PDA. Your technology blueprints have been updated.
Yeah. Okay. We get up here. This is the way out. Which one of these is out? way. There we go. Okay. And there's another fire extinguisher right here as well. Wow, homeboy made it through. I'm just gonna send you that way. And there we go. And I'm out. So when I first played this game, my very first playthrough, and I came over here to the Aurora, that exit that I just took, that's how I got in.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
You could technically get in the exact same way like we did upstairs, you know, with the propulsion cannon and everything. But that's technically the exit. So I got the black box data first, went all the way through, got the prawn suit, raided the cabins, and then at the very end you get that PDA that gives you the cargo bay password. When you go through the cargo bay first and get to that locked door, it is already open for you. Because, you know, you're inside the cargo bay already. So you unlock it from the inside. So it makes it moot. So I was very curious why I got the code for it after I had already opened it up. It's weird. We're going to get a radio message about this at some point. We already found it, so let's go ahead and get it. You get a first aid kit and then a creature decoy.
New blueprint acquired.
And then since we found this,
Integrating new PDA data.
we should be able to find the other one. So there are 3 life pods that you do not get a specific beacon for. You get a radio message about them, but you do not get a beacon. So you gotta find them based on clues. That was the first one. The other one is going to be in this area somewhere. I think it's over here on this little plateau. Could be wrong. This, yeah, not yet. There it is. That's the second one. The third one is south of the Aurora, behind it. It's a lot more dangerous back there, so be mindful of that if you go looking for it.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Okay, PDA, and then there's not much else in here. There's lead and flares
PDA data.
if you want them. I don't really have need for those right now. So let's go ahead and get out of here before Psycho decides to see what we taste like. Head back home. And yes, I will build a base eventually. There's not a rush to. Don't really need one right now. Do I have the Moonpool? Get rid of these notifications while I'm in here. No, do not have the Moonpool. I usually wait until I have the Moonpool blueprint before I even bother with building a base. Just a personal preference. And some of you might be saying, well, Tuna, what about your sea moth? What are you going to do if it runs out of energy? Well, I have an extra power cell. Remember? Picked it up there in the Aurora. So in the off chance that I do run out of energy before we get around to building a base, I'll just swap it out. No big deal. Oops. One. Okay. Speaking of, let's go ahead and install our upgrades. Storage module and our depth module. Crush depth is now 300 meters. Neat! That's all I'm putting there. Where are my lockers? Oops. Easy now. Okay, I'm gonna dump a bunch of the non-necessities in here. Put a bunch of those in there. That's fine. I'll burn through this water pretty fast. that one's full. So I need to make another one. Not a big deal. Check the radio.
This is an automated distress signal from Life Pod 12. Coordinates attached. Warning. Life Pod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
250 meters, not a big deal. But that is back to the east. I might actually need to re-equip our radiation suit to go to that one. It does take a little bit of in-game time for the radiation to dissipate. Okay, dump the rest of this stuff. Actually, go ahead. Use some of these. Yeah, might as well. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's go check out Life Pod 13. This is the beacon that we got earlier before we ran out to the Aurora. Oh! Ouch! That poor little Ray did a number on our sea moth. Going through the kelp forest. Gonna hit another grassy plateau up here. And I think this area eventually has 4 or 5 biomes very, very close to one another. All of their borders kind of come together very close up here. More of the kelp forest. Grassy plateau kind of stretches over that way a little bit further. We're coming down here into the mushroom forest. Super, super cool biome. Okay, there are a couple points of interest here that you can check out. First one, obviously, being the life pod. Second, there's a whole bunch of parts that you can find around here. You can find Moonpool fragments, you can find Cyclops fragments.
In this area is dominated
There's
by
Moonpool right
plant
there.
life, picking up faint or terra vehicle signatures.
Okay, so we got the Moonpool.
New
Right on.
blueprint acquired.
Easy enough. I'm not going to that yet because I want the beacon to stay up. I could just reactivate it, but I'm being lazy. Not a big deal. Just gonna check out around here a little bit more. Whoa! Excuse you! There's a bridge fragment. Alright, so have I found all the pieces of the Cyclops yet? Yes, no, I have not. Okay, so the Cyclops itself, there are 3 pieces that you need to find of it. There's the bridge, the engine, and hull fragments. You need to find 3 of each before you unlock the blueprint to the Cyclops. Seems like a lot, but it is a submarine, so kind of makes sense. Another bridge fragment right there. Let's keep looking. I know I said I don't plan on building it until much later in the game, but if you guys want me to build it, just let me know. I'll be happy to build it. I'm still not going to use it that much, but if you want to see it, earlier than super late game. I'll build it for you. No big deal. I aim to please. Okay. Our food has dropped a little bit, so we'll go ahead and eat another one of those. I love the nutrient blocks because it gives you so much, and you can go well over 100 and you don't have to worry about your hunger for a really long time. It's pretty helpful. Okay, you probably heard that roar. It's because there is another Leviathan over here, another Reaper. So you don't want to stray too far. Actually, can we see him? Sometimes you can see him prowling. No, I don't see him. Oh well. Let's just get back to minding our own business. I built a base out here once, and it was really cool, but you need to be careful because it can really tank your frames per second. There's a lot going on here in the Mushrooms Forest, so you need to be mindful of that. It's a beautiful place for a base, but it can really tank your frames. Alright, there's a wreck around here too that I want to check out. I need to find it. Ow! That actually scared me a little bit. There it is. And there's the start of another biome right there. But this is the wreck I want to check out. Okay. Plant shelf right out of the gate. And open up this room. I think it's just one small room on the other side of this door. Floodlight.
New blueprint acquired.
Cyclops thermal reactor. PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
The rest of the wreck is back here. The Cyclops is extremely power hungry, so I highly recommend using that thermal mod that I just picked up. It'll help you a lot. You can sit next to heat vents and other, high temperature sources, and it will replenish your power. Recharge your batteries. What else we got? Power cell charger. I'm not going to use this thing, but I'm going to go ahead and scan it anyway.
New blueprint acquired.
Is that all that was in here? Yeah. Okay, let's keep moving. Hull fragment right there. Chair. As far as we can go in here, I could have sworn there was another area in this wreck. Oh.
30 seconds. New blueprint acquired.
Okay, so we're done with the bridge fragments, which is pretty cool. We still got a lot more. Yeah. We can go that way. Okay, let me get some oxygen, and we'll head through there. Come on, game. There we go. Alright, back to it. Oh, well, that was helpful, wasn't it? I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. I'm just gonna swim around to my moth. think that does it for this wreck. And how we did? Wow, we have a ton of inventory space. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head over here and grab some blood oil. Don't really need it right now, but it'll come in handy later on. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it while I'm here. I'm also gonna grab one of those ghost weeds. Should have grabbed this sea glide while I was
New blueprint acquired.
back at the base. Okay, grab this. Yeah, this is known as the blood kelp zone. Just a heads up. It gets very deep, very, very deep. There are also some new faces that we haven't come across yet. But this is as far as I'm going right now. We will return. Okay, let's go visit Mr. Kasada. Some of these trees get really, really big. There's also something underneath this tree. I'm not going to go investigate it right now, but you can if you want to. There's a whole lot of tunnels and whatnot down there, and there is a surprise for you down there as well. 2 surprises, actually.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, I think that was it for this area. Yeah, that's all for now. Okay, let's head back. Get rid of those. Okay, Aurora survivors. Here we go. Let's play this while I head back.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path. In life, truth, and love for mine is the power. I am the one. On and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me.
Man, that dude was ready to die, wasn't he? This one too.
The way I see it, no one's to blame here.
He gave me the wrong coordinates.
She didn't give me clear instruction. Okay, I'll rephrase. You've been equally incompetent. Now, we've lost time, but we're closer to the planet. So if the Degassi's out there, the scans should pick it up.
Why are we even helping the Mongolians? They're the competition.
Enjoy your shore leave on Sanjay Station? Like having fuel in the tanks? Thank the Mongolians. We run the scans, we show them we didn't find anything, and we say thanks for the free dinner. Clear? Sir, there's something odd on the surface scan here. Turn that recorder off.
Okay, so that was Officer Keene, the second officer, if you recognized his voice from earlier. He's essentially talking about what... Excuse me. He's essentially walking you through what the purpose of the Aurora is in this area. He's saying that we are coming over here, excuse me, they are coming over here to scan for the Degassi, right? And he says, no, whatever, no big deal. We'll just run the scans, show them we didn't find anything, and say thanks for the free dinner. So essentially, come through here, scan, say that we looked for it, and head back. But somebody actually noticed something. That's whenever he decides to turn the recorder off. Okay. Got another one of those.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you. I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out.
Well, now it
else
must be
can I
nice.
say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, all right, but so are all of you.
So Sunbeam is on the way. Right on. You know what? I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. We made some really solid progress. We scoped out the Aurora. We have plenty of logs that we still need to read. No big deal. We can read those in due time. We checked out a couple of beacons, additional life pods, picked up some additional things, and we learned a little bit more about the overarching story of Subnautica. So, that's it for this episode. I will see you guys next time.